Hello everyone, I'm Palpatine001 aka the Senator, and we are back with City Skylines 2 5.1. We are still in Manukau Heights and the Manukau Highland. In fact, I'm going to probably push that all the way back up as we continue to develop our rural industry, as well as developing the supporting industry, because we have apparently a beverage crisis. And I don't think it's going to show at the moment because the game hasn't loaded yet, so we'll let that run for a minute. Apparently we have a beverage crisis. So if I just drop down, 40 tons. Apparently we're not getting enough beverages out, guys. You thirsty Sims. And, ugh. Still storming. 3 degrees. That said, it is starting to warm up, if you can comparatively call that warming up in spring. So yeah, in 5.0 we established the Highlands and the supporting infrastructure and residential to go with it, and we're going to continue doing work up there to basically finish this off before we start. We might do 5.2 and jump over here, it just depends. Or we start jumping into 6.0, which is finally crossing the bridge into the Solarian Islands, which is these islands over here. Then you've got the Bay of Islands over here. And 6.0 and 8.0, with 7.0 establishing the international airport out in that direction. 4 degrees, we're warming up, but we are still storming. So this snow is going to start disappearing very, very soon. Hopefully. That's still janked, and that's why that doesn't get built. In fact, that's the low density starting to come online. So I just want to check 2 things. As you can see, the beverage crisis is currently before us. And I'll show you what we've done to see if we can try and get that back. Oh no, that is connected, so yeah, it's still bugs. And even down here we have the beverage crisis, which is interesting because he's actually got quite a lot. He's actually got quite a bit of tonnage there. So I'm just wondering what all that is going on about. And he's starting to fill in. Yeah, we'll soon have to see. Anyway, to deal with it, I have adjusted the taxation accordingly. So at the moment, beverages is getting subsidy in both production and commercial. In fact, I might even adjust that harder just to push that along. So this is what, using a bit of government intervention to try and get on top of a situation where we do actually have a resource problem. While my mind is at it, I'm just going to, while we have a so-called beverage crisis, we actually also have an oversupply of petrochemicals, I believe. Let's jump down. It is a material good. Petro. It's beverages. Well and above. So we are way too high. So I'll try and get that under. Although that goes into heating as well. So basically, I don't want to hit it in the industrial side. Otherwise, that's going to cause problems in of itself. Fish, we can't do fish yet. That still has me having a bit of a laugh. So we're still fine producing it there. But on the commercial side, can I capture it? It might. I don't think it allows me to necessarily It doesn't allow me to capture it through petrol stations, which is a bit of a somewhat of an annoyance. So I'll just drop back down to Petro. Where's it going? Consumers heating. Yeah, so it affects everything else. So I don't want to affect the taxation that end too much. Well, you got to remember it is. Oh, okay. We actually. Might actually leave that as is. Let's not tutu beyond that, because then your industry will start doing a spike and dip everywhere, and it's like, hey, you're playing Soviet planning control, and it's like, this is not working. And no, it's not going to work. So what we're going to do, just quickly before I jump back over to... Oh, I think that allows it too, by the way, because it's not highway. Huh. And then there we go, and there is actually nothing technically clean industry. So this is what it produces: convenience food, textile, timber, so paper, so furniture, electronics, beverages. So good one to slap that in here. Doesn't pollute the water source that is here either. Not that I particularly need it for that one. Oh, the warehouses are developing. I will put them in. If they do decide... wrong one. If they do decide to crop up, that's nothing so-called major, and I should have streetlights in. You never know. If I really wanted to so-called push it. And just drop a... Actually, because it's industry, medium. Because this is closer to the city centre where most of the stuff ends up going. And that will just allow that to, let's see, that's sort of storing what it needs to. Yep, that's all fine. So we'll shoot back over this way. Right. Let's get working on this, and we'll finish this up as quickly as possible so we can move on, because this is nothing too... And why are you having a... Oh, you're going to be kidding me, is that? All because it's locked. Never mind, we'll just have to... Just have to factor in this quirk of the game when it decides it doesn't want to work properly. Okay. That's a recycling centre. And the reason why that's dog-legged is so it doesn't interfere with the railway crossing, but also at the same time I should have this on so I can see where the hill is. Now, or just while my mind's on it, which way does that cargo bend round? Bends round out. It doesn't technically need to go that way per se, although it could do to avoid a sacacious route, because at the moment I'm going to have to do, and I'll do this off screen, is while I can bring it down, it's gonna struggle one getting into here. I'm gonna have to terraform this up a bit, and then or it's just a case I'm gonna actually have to bring that around and see if I can play a very sacacious way of looping it around. Because if I can get it there, I can actually get it to feed back out. So we'll worry about that later. That's the Hadron Collider. So that's the village there. Ah, okay. So I'm going to be turning him back around. That's always a bit. Yeah, backs up onto the hill, but it's nothing to worry about. And just wondering, do I bother shooting over this way or just leave it as is? I will add a crossing in, and yep, fixes that one up. And then just don't forget to add your street lights. Although that said, yeah, they took it out. Never mind. Okay, so we've got that established in there. I'm just going to jump back over to this side quickly. And where does that? Okay, so it's there. It's just good to know where. Nope, that's. Forms that around. Oh, you can hear it actually. What I might do just quickly is shoot back into here. Oh, I've already built a small one, have I? And I don't want to necessarily build the large one, not for something so remote. Pub in the middle of nowhere. Oops, drop that down. Okay, that's looking all good in there. Actually, it's going to be quite a big village, actually. Just looking at the size of that. Actually, you know what? Let's bring this over as well. Wrong side. Fix it with a roundabout. Although there's a railway crossing right there, so just have your wits about you as you go through it. Don't do anything silly. And the reason why for that is I'm going to set this up. There is a water source in there, isn't there? Yep. Extraction. Stone. Doesn't need ore. That's just establishing another stone mine or a quarry in there. Just going to say, what am I going to bring down at this end? Probably something. Don't know what yet, but we'll think about it. But for the moment, I will establish. Just because our water's dropping a bit, and our sewage is also dropping a bit as well. These don't make as much as a mess as the big ones do. So these ones are good to fit in, so we will... No upgrades on these, but this will do its job that I need it to do. Alright, let's keep going with the so-called rural industries. Although that said, just quickly. Might as well while we're here. Turn that gas and turn that garbage into power. Right. MOAR industry. So let's get some chucks. Well, actually, no, sorry, it's actually. We are surfacing out. Technically in surplus right across the modes. Doesn't matter. We'll keep just building them up because the industry is going to end up consuming them one way or another. So I will sit down probably. That's telling me that is not lined up properly. Try that again. It's another wheat. Put in another textile. That is not linked properly. And we'll put in wolf. You know, we'll make that a chockyard. Forestry. Whoop, this work. More forestry. Yay, that's all done. I am actually going to make that a road, although let me just shoot back over to no, when doing that will affect the water supply. Putting it here should not. Put in the paper factory. Now, does she have... Yeah, she does have parking. Actually, probably... Yeah, leave that like that. I should... Emphasis on the word should. Make sure these are. And if I really wanted to be annoying, which I am, make that a compulsory stop. Okay, so that's the paper factory established. Given there's quite a bit of forestry up here, probably be prudent to actually establish it here. Actually, on second thoughts, I've got something better, a better idea. Oh, has that gone to traffic lights? Whoops, wrong one. Make that no right turn so they're not cutting across. And what you do is whoops. Bring that across. Then hopefully that's a long enough turning blade. fail that, what I can do, not really. Actually, I can also send this back to not that road particularly. I'll probably just need to give me 2 seconds just to. Then real boring stuff here, but we'll try that again. Now what you do in this case then is you just shoot over to lane connector tool and just take it out. And then you're done just like that. Great little handy device it is. And then with that in mind, all that is left. Oh, one moment. What that leads to shoot back to is shoot back to industry. And you can effectively zone some industry surrounding, and then just, it's too remote for public transport, but you can put in a taxi stand, which means I'm actually also going to shoot down here for taxi stand as well as soon as I remove it. And so just as it's a case of me jumping, so I just catch ooh, that's not good. That's right in the middle of a bus stop. So I'll just have to quickly rezone that. Give me 2 seconds. And back over here we go. Okay, that just allows the taxis to park. The way that it's set at the moment with taxis and that is I'll actually show you. The best way is to show, because I'm actually due to build another taxi depot. So there's the taxi depot. It doesn't take its name, so let me just rename that. Whoops. So basically, that's for more taxi vehicles, so that's pretty straightforward. So that's another 55. This is the one for more not dedicated taxis. Now that can also have a bit of a pitfall too when taxis gung up a general lane. And then of course, electrify your taxis. Car pie. So that just allows that. Now I will bring public transport eventually into here, so the buses will serve in here, but for the moment, again, go, and I should, I think I've already done the post. Gotta have your rural post, everyone. And then I'll come back up to that later. Right. That's him done. And so we've got a brand new paper factory built in. Over here I'm just going to leave free for now, so that just leaves setting up the, if you can call it a tiny village. What I am going to do though is shoot back and now, interestingly, that will not allow me to do bus stops. So what we do is basically don't do a bus stop. Don't put that as parking in of itself, and then go and then taxi stand on the other side. If you're wondering about pedestrian crossings, fair point, because how they're going to cross the road, that's no problem. There we go, you can see them come up already. I'm just adding in pedestrian paths so we don't have a scenario of right running. In fact, they're going to run all the way across, so people have direct access to the stations. So there you go. This is just going to be left for future clean development, because we've got a ground pumping water station sitting in there, and the extra sewage plant is over here. That's the small version. If you want the almighty version, that puppy is, that's the recycling center. Sorry, I'm probably looking in the wrong place actually. Now I can't remember where I've put my sewage plant. That is real cute. Oh, here, yeah, it is here. Big sucker right there. I don't think I can add any more to that. Can I? Get some more capacity out of it by adding more processing units. Yes, I can. The purification rate is at 80%. So 80% of what comes in is converted back into fresh water. Yeah. So we've managed to get a bit more life out of that plant. I think I've got another one, small Japanese one over here too. Yeah. So we've got the two small Japanese plants and then the big central one. That's the incinerator, which I don't think we're going to need to worry about. And other stuff, because the landfills are fine. And then we've got the main plant here next to the geothermal plant. What I might do is, the main recycling plant is actually also, yeah, it's also over here. Just a small one there, and then we'll add a central processing. So you got the that can be there with the... Nope. Brings it all in. And if you want to see one in action, so it basically brings it in and sends it out. So they're good little backup, they're good little, and then you've got your, so just give a bit of breathing room across the city. Right, enough of that distraction. Squirrels. Back over we go. So the reason why I'm not going to connect those up, so I'll show you what we've got here. I'm hoping this is going to work today. It's a large one. Yes! My favourite. Does my job. Oh dear. Okay, I'm not going to get that in that way. How far off are we? Just by an ever small amount, so what I am actually going to do is, yeah, I am actually going to go there. And I'm going to redo the entire sodding road. And jump back into the park. Well, that's not parks, that's terraforming. Yep, bingo. Works. Progress. And it just allows me to do that. Don't need cars crisscrossing everywhere. We can do that with... They can trudge right around if they get stuck and get on the wrong road. I might be generous in one instance. Just one. No, that's terraform. I keep confusing that for... Yeah, just allows for that. So that's how you do those kind of connections. So that's all in place. Which means I'm actually going to shoot over here into North America. That is a probably not appropriate for a gas station to be appropriate for that, to be honest. No, I've already built it. Suitable for here though. I wonder where I built that one. Hang on. Did I build it down here? Now it's a case of where did I actually plop it? That's the pub. No. Now I am curious of where I've actually placed it. That's the espresso, that's the... lobster tail. Yeah. No, it'll be all German stuff. Oh, is it down here? Oh, I've placed it down here. Food station. Which means I'm also tempted just to be done with it. Placing the very large gas station to boot. There's a roundabout there to serve it. Alright, back over. Okay. Now the schools are not going to be... Oh, the high school should be fine. Okay, so that's high school will be difficult. So I technically just need the primary school. Now I've already decided on the urban themes, so not UK, Southwest. And then I'll just add quite a large school when you think about it, actually. It is actually quite a decent solder. So with all this in mind, I'll do public transport in a minute. Let's start getting the civic services in here. I actually shoot over to administration. That's the city hall, which, oh no, that's up there, so wrong one. Could work, although these get very oversized very quickly, see. And then see, these are damn well huge, and they see, that's even more massive. That's just like, don't need to go that big. I think we'll slap in the Japanese one for this. A bit of mixed on that one, and then we'll just go to the police. Medical. Oh, that's huge in its own right. What was that? So that was the extension one with extra ambulances. And then the fire department. Because, oh no, we have, what did we put in there? Training facility and extra garages, but no helipad. Although not really, not absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, it would be, because whoops, that's the transit. Haha, try again. Southwest, so yeah, that one would. And ironically, this time, there, I am going to slap in the helipad. And what I will do as an offshoot is just add, not UK, just a smaller one. Just on this side, just to allow for that. Now recycling, we're pretty much sorted, including garbage, so no need to so busting us in that direction. Administration sorted, schooling is sorted. Police. Just thinking which ones those, I keep forgetting which ones they suddenly will come under. Oh yes, I'm going to do that later. And we've got the prison. And we've got, I did set up medical, didn't I? Yeah, I did set up medical. But we don't have death care. For which I will set up the death care away. There we go. So that problem sorted. Now for parks. One day I'll stop hitting that one. One day. Not today. Not tomorrow. Oh, just too big. What a shame. Is that the smaller one of the two? It is as well. We'll put something, don't worry, we'll put something else in its place, but it's just... Oh, is that gonna... Because it's got... Okay, it's a no. Ha! All packing a stinky. Okay, well... The ones that have been a mayor is like, yeah, we're gonna pack a stinky. Now it's got paths either side of it. Could think of the next military complex if you really wanted to go down that far. Okay. So what we'll do is... Oh, that sounds like fun. So you got the two big... You've actually got the two... Although that's not... Oh, yes, a wolffish actually. If I turn it around. I might establish him separately. Of course, a petting zoo. Or what I could do is establish him here. It's a big boy, but not really what I want. Establish him here. Go to your parts, and then we're doing green infrastructure as usual. Now, where's that path? There. Can never have too many pedestrian crossings, in my opinion. I wonder if it's gonna... And that should our connection there. Oh, that's a bit useless. Okay, so we've got the two big parks in there. Okay, then we'll drop down into the sports parks. Oh, that's already, skate park's already been provided, so don't need to worry there. So I'll actually drop down to the leisure venues. Game, set, match. And then the sports. So technically these are actually complementing in a roundabout way one from the other. Whoops. Damn, that's going to have everyone going woohoo. I do need to add in... Yeah, you're going to get those popping up because I accidentally released the simulator. Whoops. There you go. Just rename that. So I know where they've come from. And then we'll continue with the smaller parks. Psychedelic playgrounds, anyone? These colour plazas work quite well as well. I think what have they got in them? Yeah. I know I've got a playground down here already, but... Okay, so as I said, they work well. Don't need any of that today. Which just leaves maybe park here. Park here. Don't need any plazas. And don't need anything... Well, I've already placed it down. And... I'm not doing any of that here. That's big. That can go out on the other side when I do part 8, which is the Bay of Islands, or part 7, the east side, river, and the airport. Okay, let's look at our public transport. So he's going to be coming up and over. So we get him. To do that, and then he can cross into here. Got the one up there. Also got to remember they've got the train. Okay, and then we just need to set up the route. So go into buses. We'll quickly set up the bus line. That's the wrong one. I'm actually... Out he comes. I know it's also served by a train, but this is just for localized and redundancy capacity. Got him connected up, although that said, I just noticed that. Ah. Is that sitting on a... I'm just going to make sure those bus stops are... Just going to move these around a bit. See what I mean? If that the back end of the bus, footing of the bus stop, that the game goes a little bit. A little bit off, to put it lightly. Okay, which then leads into southwest. Okay, that leaves that. Okay, we're about ready to release the simulator again. Ah, yeah, we are actually, so that I'll cover this down later, or live, it depends where we're going. So let's let it go and just see what happens. I forgot the post office. Oops. That's a bit better, otherwise you might be struggling to send your post. Oops. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, now they're picking up households already. Huh. Yeah, 0 again. Is there any way to... Tax cuts. Let's see if we can generate a bit of... See if we can generate a bit, move things about a bit in the lower order zones. Let's see what happens, shall we? Now there's an interesting one given the cost of living crisis. Cost of living. It's really low. It's like, okay. Forgot to name the bus line. I'll send them all back and then they'll all come back out. So that just potter for a few minutes and then hopefully it will fix itself. Residential demand all the way back up. That's what not we want though. So that's about. Oh no, they're starting to backfill now. And there's the factories coming online. That's why I didn't want to affect petrochemicals, because they also give chemicals which can be easily run into short supply as well. What if I set the and this is where you need to do your lane stuff. So it could be on a too steep an angle for them to come out. Although they seem to be making it fine, so. Oh, okay. So everyone else is subsidizing the residential tax base. One way of looking at it. Oh, mind the train. How's everyone moving in? Also reminds me, I should green this up. this is just going to be a little bit of a cluster as everyone moves in. I'm just wondering if I should. Ooh, what is making that noise? Ah, there's a stone mine next door. Yeah, they all come moving in. And it's raining again. It's 6 degrees, and my snow line's not melting yet. Oh wait, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Duh. Nope, not even melting at sea level yet. Wow. Okay. Oh, the medium density is coming along, the high density is coming along, the mixed use is coming along, the row houses are coming along, but not the low density. Now what I can do here, just to give a bit of encouragement because the zonings are completely out of whack. That's a park. Nuts. I can't do it off those. Should have. Not going to be worth it for that. So that means we come in and we would basically decal this up. Oh well. 7 degrees and raining. Snowline should be coming up by now. Unless we're at quite high altitude. I think this is no, because that's the ocean, so. Let me just also. Well, everyone is moving in, so we are making progress. Next thing to do is ooh, noisy aircraft. There's a lot of aircraft coming down. Might as well get this set up. Real annoying how low density is completely not working again. It is, because it is real annoying. Actually, don't do that. Shoot back over. Actually, that's one thing I forgot to do. Oh dear. Oh, very dear. Establish a dog park. That would get me into a lot of trouble, and there is aircraft coming in, which is making this really loud. Actually, that's got enough recreation over there. I don't think I need any more for that. Basketball court. And also a basketball court. Yeah, don't need to go over that twice. Absolutely nuts. Oh well, we'll leave it there for now for 5.1, where we've pretty much developed out the Highlands, including the two, whoops, that's the airport, including the two towns, here and here, with the rural established. We even have the Hadron Collider, cargo, which I'll work on off screen, and everyone just going about their daily business. Meanwhile, I think we still have the Beverage Crisis. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We've got into surplus with beverages. Oh, fun. Never mind. Hopefully it knocks that problem out and we can just motivate things along. In the meantime, I will start getting things set up for Solarian Islands, which is down this end, and then we've got the big Bay of Islands out this end, connected by the big bridge. Never know, I might even be able to get the new subway or tram. Oh. the bridges, these new ones, actually going across, so we can actually start looping things up properly. Because if I look where the subway is, yeah, one loops over, and one will actually come across into here, and I could even connect it up into through here if I wish to. All depends on how I want to do these big sodding bridges. In the meantime, it is 10:52. The weather's absolutely wonderful. Still got snow on the ground, but it is springtime. Whoa! And it'll take a little while for the beverage situation to sort out. So that will conclude off the 5-point-X series with Huntley. Sorry, not Huntley. The Manukau Highlands, the establishing of the villages, and MOAR Industry. As we start getting very close to 200,000. And so next up, 6.0, Salarian Islands. So we'll start coming across this way. 7.0 is following the river up and the establishment of the airport. And then 8.0 is the Bay of Islands, which is the big one. Which are those islands out in that direction, connected by the big Golden Gate Bridge. I'm Palpatine001 AK Senate, and this has been City Skylines 2. As always, plan safe, build safe. If you make a mistake, don't forget to correct it. Nothing wrong with that.